Hey there, it's Mrs. J. Today I'm going to work with you on Autodesk Inventor and shape sheet number 2 and shape number 1. Looks a little tricky, but not too bad. The scale for this shape sheet is 1/4 inch per box. So each one of these boxes is 1/4 inch. Pretty good? Okay, let's get started. Autodesk Inventor. I'll make mine a little smaller so it's in the screen. Let's start by making a new project folder. Important to keep track of all your shapes in one spot and not lose them. Remember, this recent document, please pretend it doesn't exist. Don't use it. All right, so we're going to go to projects. I'm going to see if I have shape sheet 1. I do not. Let's go up to new projects and let's go to new. We're going to use single user always. And we're going to change project name to shape sheet 2. You can call it whatever you want. Just put them all in the same place. Click next and then finish. It'll say the project path you created doesn't exist. Click OK. Okay, if it gives you an error message and it didn't close, it's because you have something open down here. So take a look at the house. It could just be a part that you're not even working on yet, but you got to close everything and then do this again. And then it defaults. See, I'm on shape sheet 2. I know I have multiples because many class periods for me. But shape sheet 2. You can also check that over here. Project, shortcuts, file, details. That's where you can find your lost files. But projects, if you scroll through, whichever one you double clicked, you're working on. So if you want to go back and work on your mini golf, you just click that one and switch. Okay, I'm in the project. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Let's go to a new part. Click on that. And let's start a new 2D sketch on the XY plane. I'm going to move it over so it's centered for you. Line tool, top left, click the origin, go up. I said each one was 1/4 inch, so I'm just going to let it do the math for me. Make sure it's straight. My mouse keeps moving. Well, I'm just going to hold it. 5 asterisk, the star on your keyboard, times 0.25. Hit enter. Just make sure you hit it straight. And then zoom out. Okay, I'm going to go across here. I think it was 3 boxes, so 3 times 0.25. 0.75 inches, and I'm going to ignore this part. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to get the line tool again and come down here and go across. I need to check the count on it though. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it gets to the corner on 5. Okay, so I'm going to go line tool, drag it to the right, 5 times 0.25 or 1.25 inches. And then I'm just going to come up. I still have the line tool going, right? I'm just going to click it where that green dot happens. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm just going to drag this out of the way. You don't have to. It's just so you can see it better. And let me show you what we got. So we got 1.25 inches on the base, 1.25 inches on the height, 0.75 across the top, and then we just drag this diagonally. No big deal. Top right corner, finish sketch. I'm going to hit the house so I can get it in front of me better. That's also F6 home, F6 top of your keyboard home button. Let's extrude it. It's going to default towards you. I'm going to go back. I'm just going to drag this and go back. I just need it to look like the picture for my brain to work. And it's going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it doesn't matter which way you want to go. So 6 times 0.25. Yeah, you could do the math with a calculator, but it does it for you, so why not? I'm going to hit the house button. Okay, so the next part is tricky. It just extrudes out here, right? But it has a little angle to it. If you were to put a new sketch right here and then a rectangle and extrude it, it wouldn't be flat on the ground. It would be up. So we don't want to do that. Play with it. Go ahead and do that. Start a new sketch, put one here, put a little rectangle, extrude it. And instead of it going flat along this bottom, it actually rears its head up a little bit. So the way around that, I'm going to click this rotate tool. I'm going to go around the back. I'm going to put my rectangle here. So it says like left side. That's where I'm going to work. I'm going to rotate it so you can see where I am, but you can put it flat in front of your face. Okay, so I'm going to start a new sketch right here. Anywhere in here. And then it's going to flip it for me. Get it right in front of me. See, it says left up there. Okay, new rectangle. Make sure you hit that line. Don't miss the line or everything gets screwed up. Drag it down, hit the line. They change color briefly, so you want that. Hit escape on your keyboard. See all my colors? Okay, so now we're going to dimension. I got a dimension in between these two, so I left click each one of them, drag this in the middle, 0.5, right? And then I need to do one side of this line and this line, 0.5. That means this side is also 0.5. I don't have to tell it that. It's smart. Finish the sketch. It's going to rotate it back. We're going to extrude this through. I know what you're thinking. It's not going to work, but sure it is. All right, let's go get you out of the way. Drag it the other way. So it's cutting through. That's okay. We'll fix that. First, let's do this. 1.75. I got that from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 boxes on the top there. I got it from there. And I don't want it to cut like this, right? So I'm going to come down here to Boolean options, join. I know it looks all messed up, but it'll clear itself up. So 1.75, join. Okay. Hit your home button. Looks pretty good, right? But let's look at the picture. Not exactly. I didn't get this. So let's check out what's going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes here. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's got an angle. So we're going to fix this. Let's do a new sketch. Put it right here. Drag it in front of me. And then I need a line tool, and I just need half of it. So 0.5, because I have the other half right there, right? And I can check that by dimensioning it. See, that's 0.5, but I said it was 4 boxes, so it needs to be 1 all the way. 0.5, I'm going to drag it out of the way. Line tool, I'm going to click here and click up. You might think you're done, but you've got to drag, see the line tool? You have to drag it back down. If you don't do that, it won't extrude. So even though it turned black when you got up there, you drag one more line on top of it. You need a closed structure to extrude. Finish your sketch. So now you have a sketch next to it, and we're just going to extrude it to match. Of course, it's going to go the other way. I'm going to zoom out, drag that arrow. You could just type it in, but I'm going to drag it for dramatic effect. Zoom up closer. I have a new mouse. Obviously, I don't know how to use it, but I'll get there. Make it match. I think it's 0.5. Yeah, it looks good. 0.5 looks good. And it's still on join because that's what we used last. It defaults to what you used last. Hit OK. See how it all merges? It's pretty neat, huh? Okay, for each one of these, you're going to make a drawing sheet. In order to do that, you have to save. So I'm going to call this shape 1, but you might already have a 1 because you did shape sheet number 2, right? So you might need another name. I'm going to add my initial. So I don't have 2 shape 1s sitting in here. Okay, save. And then drawing sheet. Make that real quick. Actually, I'll make it a separate video. Thanks for watching.